Hey everybody, it's Brian Shannon from alphatrends.net. Today's Tuesday, the 19th of March, and let's talk about Bitcoin. On the top, we have the weekly chart, and as I said a couple weeks ago, as we broke out to a new all-time high, that you have to be careful up there, and that it's likely going to lead to a pullback. Whenever you see any type of market break out and it's extended like that, it does two things. It brings in uneducated, long chasers from the sidelines who think it's going to 100,000 next week. And it also has shorts, uneducated, I think, shorts cover up there, because why did they wait so long to cover? Anyways, let's back this up to some of the analysis we've been talking about throughout the year. As we know, we started the year with an anchored volume weighted average price, and we had a little bit of a run up until right here. This red anchor is where the ETFs were approved. And once they were approved, that Bitcoin promptly sold off all the way down to the anchored volume weighted average price from this move right here. That's what this dark green line is, where it touched at that point. So we're going back and forth right now between this weekly time frame and the daily time frame. So this red anchor was from the ETF approvals, and the blue was the year to date. Right in here, if you go back, you'll see that that's where I was getting long Bitcoin. Sold some initially right up in here, sold some more up there, and I held another third. Now, I've been talking recently about a couple of things. One, the anchored volume weighted average price from this move, which was basically the handoff from the beginning move. So we had this year, we had this nice move higher. We pulled back a little bit, and then we started the next leg higher. That's the black anchor is right here on this 4-hour time frame. So once we started pulling back a little bit last week and we were stuck below this orange 5-day moving average, I put an anchor here to designate that as the most recent significant high once we had a lower high. Well, then we had a lower low. So we have this little pattern of lower highs and lower lows. However, I just bought a little bit here. I just found when I came back to my computer at 61.5. I've been talking about the anchor from the beginning of this move right here as a potential place for the bounce. Now, it's only a bounce trade because we have still a pattern here of lower highs and lower lows below a declining 5-day moving average. I bought this at 61.5. I'm likely going to get out of it somewhere up near 66. And then what I'll be looking for is a pinch to develop. Now, currently you could say, and this is where a lot of people get confused, is that it's pinching between the anchor from the peak and the beginning of this move, which is kind of true, but it's useless. You can always find an anchored volume weighted average pinch. What we're really looking for, though, is a compression of energy. So we want that red anchor, which now is drawn in blue, to come down like this. Maybe Bitcoin does this, comes down, and then we see it pinch in a tighter range between these 2 points. And when it does that and the range is compressed, and then that 5-day moving average comes down and looks like this, well, then I will purchase a more meaningful position, thinking that that's where the buyers regain control on this 4-hour time frame, which could lead to, it would be something like this, and then continue to move higher. And who knows, maybe up towards that 100,000. But right now, this is a much welcomed pullback. We just rallied from on the daily time frame from 42 and change up to close to 75,000. So, a 75% move needs a deeper pullback. And if it pulls back deeper than this, I'll probably likely get out and then look for maybe an undercut of this low and then a bounce develops. But right now, it's just a bounce trade. It's not something I'm looking to hold. I would much rather sell this on strength and then reestablish a position once the buyers actually take control back above the 5-day moving average, back above the anchored VWAP from the all-time high here right now.